Hope y'all are having a great Sunday. Now, you can use any sausage that you want. I actually tell you to use Swaggerty, but Swaggerty don't make a smoked sausage. And this is actually Polish sausage. It's my favorite. I just love it. I just love the flavor of it. And so you use whatever you like. And this is a pretty big recipe. Let's see if I tell you to use the whole link. One smoked sausage. Yeah, I'll just tell you to use one link. Now, you can use two if you want a lot of sausage in yours. I got out two, but we can get by with one. It's just me and Chris, and I don't want to throw away a lot of food. So he's going to bring y'all on over there to the skillet. It's nice and hot. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my fan for this part. We'll get this stirred up good, and then we'll cut up our vegetables while this gets brown. So you want to get this nice and brown. It'll be good. We'll deglaze the pan in a minute once we finish browning this up good. And if you think you need to add a little oil, you can, but the bacon fat should be plenty of fat to get the job done. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn it down just a little bit. So that bacon don't burn. Yeah. So I'm going to turn that down a little bit while we get over here and chop up some stuff. So let's go on and move to the chopping block. And then I'll show you what all we're going to put in it, because it gets a lot. So I don't really need that sausage. You got onion, and I think I'm going to use, I don't know that I'll use all this onion, but you can. This is a Vidalia onion. I like it to be in kind of big pieces for this dish. I like everything to be large enough that you can really pick it up after it cooks, you know, with your fork. This is bell pepper out of the garden. We're still getting our peppers good. And I'm throwing a little bit of chopped red pepper and orange just for color in here. Now, that chopped pepper, you can see it over here. It has been frozen. And it's really little, which I'm not crazy about putting something small in this dish because it's harder to pick up with your fork. But I wanted it in there for color today, so we're going to use it. Looks good. I think I'll just get a little bit more of this green pepper. All right. Now let's stir this up again. Gotta watch this close. Don't let it get too brown. I have a habit of burning it or getting it too brown. I think I could turn it up now. Actually. Now, for sake of time, I might actually transfer this over to another skillet. Normally, I cook it separately, but I'm afraid that if we sit here and wait on that, and then y'all have to wait on the cabbage to cook, we're going to be on here for quite some time, and I don't really want to be on here that long. I'm trying to turn on my wrong eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer the meat over to this dish, into this skillet, And that way it can be browning. We've got a good bit of bacon grease in there already while we saute our vegetables. And if you were just making this at home, you just use the same skillet. But I don't want y'all to have to wait too long because our cabbage has still got to get soft too. Now, I'm going to come over there with the peppers and onions and the cabbage in just a minute. And we're going to be putting a lot of stuff in this. This is a delicious dish. Delicious. You can see all the things I got laid out right here. We've got water, brown sugar, white vinegar. Let me turn this off because it makes me yell. White vinegar, black pepper. This is soul food seasoning. Any kind of soul food seasoning will do. That's Dollar General's. We've got some chicken bouillon, some salt, some garlic powder, and some onion powder. We've got some Worcestershire, and we got some red pepper as well. So this is very tasty, y'all. Very tasty. And like I said, it's in the 4th cookbook. And the vegetables always have some liquid in them. They can actually deglaze the pan for you. So they're going to get some of that bacon grease on them. This is a good dish. We'll spread this out a little bit. I was going to say, yeah, this is my nonstick, so I'm going to use a different kind of utensil in it. My good nonstick. All right. So let's chop up our cabbage, and then we'll add our red pepper too. Now, I know a lot of y'all are going to fuss because I used the same knife on my vegetables that I did my meat. And can I just say this? We are leaving and going out of town. So this is not going to be very salvageable. The extras that I don't cook today, I'm actually going to go out there and feed it to the chickens. So don't think that that I'm going to cross-contaminate my vegetables with my meat knife.
You're going to cook it.
What?
You're going to cook it. So
well, I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about what I have left.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, of course we're cooking this, so it don't matter. But whatever I don't use, I'm feeding to the chickens today because we're leaving and going out of town. We've had a death in the family. Me and Chris both of our parents are in their 80s, and my oldest uncle passed away today on my dad's side, and Chris's oldest uncle on his mom's side has hospice right now. So we're losing both of our oldest uncles pretty much at the same time. And so we will be going out of town for that. That looks good, don't it? All right, I'm going to turn this up a little bit. And we're going to add our spices. And we're going to stir this up right here. Looking good. And turn it down. I like it brown. I do. I like my meat brown. Sometimes I get it so brown it's not pretty in the picture, but to me it's just got so much more flavor when you get some brown on it. The sausage is so good. I'll just turn it down on low because it's really ready. Except the bacon. Not quite there. Now, if you want to cook your bacon separate, you can. You would think that bacon would brown up quicker, but it's actually browning up slower. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put all my spices in right now. And then we're going to add our cabbage. This is 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, a few shakes of Worcestershire, half teaspoon of salt seasoning, half cup of water, half teaspoon of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon granules, I like to move it out of the way after I use it, and that way if I got something left on the counter, I know that I still got to put it in there. A tablespoon of vinegar. My hands are shaking because I hadn't had anything to eat today. Sorry, y'all. I'm going to be just like my mama and my brother. They have real shaky hands. And it looks like I'm going to be in there in the same categories they're in. And I'm about at the age that Mama started doing it. That's onion powder, this is a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of roasted garlic powder, and a teaspoon of salt. That's a lot of stuff. And then we'll add the red pepper at the end. Lots of stuff. And of course we add our meat back in there too. I'm letting this just stay on a real low temperature to get that bacon nice and brown. Well, that looks good. All right, we're going to add our cabbage to it. Gotta get my picker-upper. And you can chop the cabbage up smaller if you want to, but I always leave mine pretty big. It cooks down. Good. Now, stir this up. Now that cabbage will put a good bit of liquid down in the bottom of it. Once it starts to heat up, it will have a good bit of liquid in it. You'd be surprised at how much water is in these vegetables. Once they start cooking, it really comes out. And this cabbage has some hard pieces in it. Now, I can use my stainless steel in this good old cast iron. I love cast iron. This is my cast iron wok. I love it. So, I hope y'all are having a good Sunday and enjoy watching the live with us today. It's good to see everybody. Y'all tell us where you're coming in from and where you're living. We have been getting tell me how your weather is. We've been getting some of the worst storms in the evenings. Lots of lightning and a lot of rain. And Chris don't have on a microphone today. That's why he's quiet, because we had to do more recording today since we got to go out of town. And so we didn't have another microphone he could use. So he's having to be quiet. All right, I'm going to wait and put that in at the end. I'm going to turn this off because that is ready. And we are going to put a lid on this and see if we can't get some of that steam down in there. Let me go get me a big lid. And I'll have to make sure it's wiped off because it's been in there. I'm wondering if I should add a little more water to the bottom Now it's starting to get some liquid down in there from the cabbage. The cabbage is going to add some water to it. So I really don't want to add too much water because you want it to be nice and, you know, you don't want it to be runny when you get done. So I'm thinking when I get this on the top of it, it's going to keep that moisture down in there. Don't forget my what, baby? Oh, I won't. It's what I usually put in last because it's hot. Chris loves the red pepper. Don't you, baby? He can't talk. I can hardly not talk to him when I'm live. It's really hard not to talk to my man when we're live. So anyway, that's all there is to this dish. Ain't that a lot of stuff in one dish? I tried to make it a deluxe dish for y'all. I'm going to check on this. Now you can see the moisture is collecting in the top of this lid and going back down in there instead of it's escaping out in the room. And then that'll keep that cabbage hopefully more moist. We'll see if it's got more water coming into it now. Yep, it works. That makes it work. And we want to stir it up good. We want to get all that flavor in this cabbage. There's a lot of stuff down in there. If you're just coming in, we've added vinegar, brown sugar, onion powder, garlic powder, soul food seasoning, Worcestershire, chicken bouillon, a lot of stuff went into there. I think I'm going to add just a little more water to it. I think it needs just a hair, not much, but just a tad. And then after this sits on there for about, I would say 4 minutes or so, we can add our, turn it down a little. We can add our meat back to it and have our dish. I guess I could go ahead and add this. This is red pepper flakes. You need to add those to your taste. They're hot. So I usually just sprinkle a little in there because I don't like to be burned up by them. And then Chris can add some more at the end if that's what he wants to do. So I'm going to clean up our mess and we're going to get started. Get our plate out. Excuse me, Happy? She really loves the smell of that meat. I'm trying to think, what do we want to serve this on? Black. We might just put it on both and see if it looks prettier on one than the other. That might be what we do. So we're going to give all of this to the chickens. I could go ahead and chop this up for my chickens while we're waiting. You just really want that to steam for a minute, okay? So that your cabbage is done. And the chickens will enjoy this. Christian, come on over here, honey. He's just standing in one spot. Do you know my chickens don't like bell pepper? If I take it out there, they won't eat it. But I take it anyway. And Chris had to get a raccoon out of the backyard yesterday. He was trying to get in the chicken pen. The chickens were already put up, so he couldn't have got to them. But he sure was being nosy. I will say that raccoon. It was a big old raccoon. I think it was a girl and she was pregnant. Her belly was so big looking. So I really think it was a female. Look at all that water in there now. Maybe I shouldn't have added the water. Look.
Just leave the lid on.
Woo, that made a big difference, didn't it? See, I shouldn't have added the water. I should go by my recipe. So we're going to turn it up, get some of the water out of it now. Yeah, once that cabbage really starts heating up, the water really comes out of it. Y'all look at all that water down in there, and all I put in there was a half cup. That's a lot more than a half cup. And you don't want all that water down in there because you want all of these spices and the flavor in your cabbage, not in the bottom of the sauce in the skillet. But all you gotta do is turn it up, and it'll evaporate out of there in just a minute. Got it up on high. And then as soon as that gets out of there, we're gonna put our meat in here and make us a plate. Y'all tell me if y'all make a smoked sausage dish. I've got about 3 different ones, and this one is most everybody's favorite because it has bacon in it. And it has a lot more spices and stuff in it. And you know, really and truly, sausage has got a lot of spice in it. But it's good. It's a good dish. And it feeds a lot of people for just a little bit of money. You can get sausage pretty cheap and feed a big portion. Make you some cornbread and serve this up. And there you got your vegetables and your meat all in one. Yep, it's coming out of there now. Slowly but surely. What do you think, Chris? You think we could serve it?
No.
No, not quite. Not quite, he says. Y'all, now we got to be patient again. I think I'm going to go ahead and lay this on the top. And then what we'll do is when we serve it, I'll wait until some of that water's out of there, and then we'll serve it. Yummy! It'll be good. It'll be good, happy. Let me get me a cast iron trivet so we can serve this for y'all. Let's see. I'll probably have y'all here. Put my dish here. So y'all can keep our families in your prayers because we are going through some stuff. That would be good.
Maybe explain that for the people.
Okay. We are about to go out of town. Chris has an uncle that is soon to pass, and I had an uncle, and they're both of our oldest uncles. And I had an uncle pass this morning, so we'll be going out of town. And so you can keep the families in your prayers, and that would be awfully sweet of you. It's a lot drier on that side than it is on the other side for some reason. I think it's ready to serve. I'm going to serve it up. This is heavy. Heavy, heavy. All right. And you want a little juice in your plate for your cornbread. That's not going to hurt nothing. That's for sure. So I decided I would make 2 plates, and we'll see which one is the prettiest on the plate. The white plate or the black plate. I don't know. It's hard to tell, ain't it? They're both pretty. Both pretty. I'm going to put some in this little bowl to taste. I got to let it cool a second. I'll taste it for y'all. But look at all that cabbage and look how much that made. Now you could put both of the sausages in it if you're feeding a lot of people, because like I said, the sausage is not that expensive. And you can absolutely use both sausages. But now bacon is expensive. So if you want to omit the bacon and just use both sausages, you could do that too. That's a piece of bacon. I got a couple of pieces in here. And I want to get 1 small sausage. We want to let it cool just a second. Don't want to get burnt. That is hard to beat. It is so good. It's got just a hint of sweetness, just a pop of that pepper and the delicious meats. And oh, it's so good. If you've never tried this, you should give it a try. And if you're going to make one of my smoked sausage dishes, we really love the smoked sausage hash where you use potatoes, and we really love this one. This one's in our 4th cookbook. I hope you come back and see us cooking on Collard Valley Cooks like our mamas did. We love you, and we will see you next time. Bye, y'all. Love ya.